I'm David Grubb. This is MLBBro.com. Join me as we talk to Cole Wright, another Brutha Broadcaster. What do you think of that in translation with this young generation of players, the Marcus Stromans, the Tim Andersons, Jazz Chisholm, these guys coming up who are playing the game and being unapologetically themselves? To me, it brings back memories of that golden age that I grew up with when there were so many Black players that had style, that had presence, that were as big as anybody in the game. And it's because they just were who they were and we gravitated to them. It's exciting to have these personalities out there now.
It is. I mean, the Cubs, we got Jason Hayward. I mean, he gets after it. And it does kind of remind you of the guys that we grew up watching, the Darryl Strawberries, Dwight Goodens, Eric Davis, Barry Larkin, Sean Dunston. I've been doing this for quite a while, and Sean Dunston's the only person who's ever got me to cry on TV. We did a Father's Day special for Cubs 360, and we asked everybody, our panelists. It was myself, Sean Dunston, Doug Glanville, and a writer here from Chicago, Bruce Levine. And I said, I'm like, how big of a role did your father play for you, Sean? And he said, I always tip over the top because my dad was a barber and a cab driver. And he just started going in and how much his father meant to him and how much the game of baseball meant to his dad. And, Sean started shedding some tears, and he was in a one shot on camera. So it was just Sean. And I'm sitting there off to the side, like, trying to wipe my face. So when he finished, we went to Doug and I said, Doug, how about you? And he said, my father meant everything to me. He wasn't there for my 1,000th hit. He passed away like 2 or 3 days before. But then Doug said he was able to put that ball from his 1,000th hit in his father's casket, so he was able to rest with that. So then, if I thought with Sean, I was leaking. Then it really started going. So then we went to Bruce, and I said, Bruce, how about you? He said, well, my father passed away at a very young age, but my mother was my rock. She took me to baseball games, basketball, football, boxing matches, horse races. And then it really just made me realize how important not just my father was to me, but my mother when it came to getting me to practices and being at every game and cheering when my pops couldn't be there, and just it just really let me know how important things are.
MLBBro.com, covering Black and brown major leaguers.